We're live. We're live. How's everybody doing today? Tonight. Donde está Bobby? Michael, thank you for the donations last night. I am here. What's going on, everybody? This is the Giants defense ALL-22 stream versus the Cardinals. If this is your first time watching, what this is we're going to go look through the coaches' film, the ALL-22 film of the defensive plays. We're going to go through it. We'll talk through it. I might get into a few rants. I'll take some breaks in between drives and answer some questions in the chat. And we'll try and have a good time. I'll be honest, the offensive one wasn't a fun time last night because it was very, it was more of me ranting and raving about some of the deficiencies of the New York Giants offense. But it is what it is. Let me put this on Twitter and we can get rolling. How's everybody doing tonight? How is everybody doing tonight? I am I don't know how I'm feeling. It's the Daniel Jones news of the ankle injury. That sucks. I don't think he's going to play this week, but that's obviously me just simply guessing from him having a hamstring injury and a sprained ankle. I just don't know how he plays. We'll see. So why you got to do it during? I didn't realize the Knicks were playing. It's preseason, guys. You're going to get what 72 games of it this year? Did they? So you're missing out on the big storm in New Jersey. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not there, to be honest. I'm glad I am not there, Michael Scott. Hey, Michael. Hey, Sabrina. Hey, hot dog. It's probably going to be a little lighter crowd because it's Wednesday after a loss. Daniel Jones news. It's not the greatest time. All right. Oh, Mitch is starting. I like that. I do like that. I like that. All right, guys. Let's get into it. Let's jump right into it. I don't want to beat around the bush. We have like 79 plays to go to. So we have a lot to go through. Let's do the damn thing. Let me share my screen. I will not forget to do that this week. Checking in from HK. Is that Hong Kong? I'm assuming. All right, let's do this. Play one. A fumble after that. A fumble on that play I ranted on like crazy last week. I believe this is a run play, correct? So very early, the Giants were like, okay, so we talk about gap responsibility a lot. Actually, I'm not going to do it on this play because someone pulls, or Justin Pugh actually pulls. But the pull, you have him here. Blake Martinez. This is the nice thing about Jabril Peppers. Jabril Peppers comes down. Blake Martinez plays the run. I mean, Blake Martinez is a beast. You got Peppers. You got Coughlin coming from the edge. Dexter Lawrence, team football. Good stuff. We're gonna go a little quicker tonight. Like I said, there's 79 plays. There's not like there's some complex stuff we'll spend some time explaining, but for the most part, it's a very bland game. Game. A lot of times we'll just us playing good coverage and Kyler. This little reverse run, Blake Martinez was. There's a rumor that Blake Martinez might not even play last week. And he played out of his mind, man. He played an amazing game this past week. Watch it just find ball, get ball. Well, didn't get the ball, but you guys know what I'm saying. 3rd and 1. I think they run here. They don't get it. So this is hard to see from this view. But Jabril Peppers makes this play, man. Or sorry, to see from the other view. I mean, there's the gap. The gap is right there to get the touchdown. Dexter Lawrence forces him to bounce. You can see Dex right here. Forces him to bounce. And then Jabril Peppers getting off that block of the tight end. And that's Julian Love as well. Good stuff there from the kids. All right, 4th and 1. So from this view, we'll watch Bradbury. He actually gets a little behind him, but he catches up to him with the bad throw by Kyler. Another good pass deflection for the kid. Now let's watch. I want you to watch Blake Martinez on this, though. Blake Martinez plays very smart. His responsibility is the running back. Yeah, play action. Never gets his eyes off the running back. Always spotting the running back. He even gets hit by Logan Ryan. He looks back in coverage to see if he needs help. Finds the running back. This is a really good instinctual play. Blake Martinez in coverage and making sure no one gets left wide open. Let's watch it full speed. Well, just watch Blake. Watch Blake and then watch the running back. Watch him just mirror his every freaking move. Good stuff for the kill. Fake the camera out. Tay Crowder getting in there, causing havoc. And they don't get the ball. How about that? Ain't that great? All right, next drive. Kind of a quicker drive as well, too. Where are they starting, guys? They're starting at the Giants 36 or 38. So they're I'm going to mention the field position every time. Screenplay. Good job, Bradbury Pep. Don't need to watch that. Don't need to watch the whole screenplay. You know what I mean? So we got second down, motion. What the Cardinals did a good job of to get DeAndre Hopkins involved is, and we'll see this as a common theme, is they made James Bradbury be in conflict. So how did they do that because we do run a good amount of zone? Well, to make sure you do that, you bring this receiver over in motion. Now Bradbury, he has Kirk on the wheel right here. So he has to cover this area. You keep him in conflict, and then Crowder does a bad job. This is Tay Crowder. Now, like I said, when you play with your instincts, sometimes you'll get burned, sometimes you won't. Tay Crowder, because of the motion, follows him, leaves Hopkins wide open. Good scheme by Cliff Kingsbury. That's something we didn't talk about on the stream last night. Think about how much press man covers the Giants. And this is, I hate to turn this into a Jason Garrett thing again, but it's just the way it seems to go. Think about all the press coverage the Cardinals played and man coverage and blitzing. And we didn't use any motion. There was one time where we used, one time in my mind, we used motion. And it might have even been, no, it wasn't. I was going to say it was going to be the 39-yard pass, but it wasn't. Let's watch this play. And then I'll get back on my rant. Carter Coughlin makes a good play. Like, obviously, you see him up here, down here, make a good play. But I want to show you Tay Crowder playing with his instincts. You got a toss play. A lot of linebackers will sit here and they'll strafe, or what they'll do is they'll sit here and they'll play outside. Not Tay Crowder. Tay Crowder hits it aggressively, goes inside. Trust that Blake Martinez is going to be over the top, and James Bradbury is going to play outside the corner. So even if Carter Coughlin doesn't make that play, Tay Crowder makes it. Well, the thing is, we had all that press man coverage, and we didn't use any motion. And then when I say motion, I'm saying at the stat motion, not bringing back in the running back to show that they're playing in man coverage, even though they're playing man coverage basically every play. I don't mean pre-snap motion. I mean actual motion. Again, this is... Oh, Ruben Vargas is sending me a message. I wonder if he's... What's going on, Ruben? Oh. Can't share that. But he did send me a picture. This is just a Tampa 2. Okay, so, all right, I know I said I wanted to go quick through some of this stuff, but let me just explain some basic stuff of coverages. Cover 2, what is cover 2, guys? Well, if you don't know what it is, it's basically you're playing deep halves. So like there's two halves to a field. You have two guys covering it. Cover 3 would be 3 guys covering. So usually it'd be this corner, and then be one safety covering 1, 2, 3, and then cover 4. Obviously, you do the math. Now the difference between cover 2 and Tampa 2 is is the middle linebacker. In Tampa 2, you have the middle linebacker drops back and covers this deep area, and then you have this under. And just in a regular cover 2, you would have him playing down here, and then Crowder here, and then Martinez here. Tampa 2 covers the middle of the field. It was originated by Monty Kiffin in Tampa Bay. That's why they call it Tampa 2. They just, Kyler runs. They had the spy on him, gets the ball out. Good stuff. Next play. I'm going to bring up my phone up so I can see, make sure I'm not, make sure I'm sharing my screen and not screwing this up. What's this coverage? This is like a cover 3-ish where you have what, but the difference is, here's where it's a little different. Logan Ryan, instead of coming down here and covering, he's still playing a little deep. So someone's called that a cover 4, but I don't, because I think he's playing underneath. He's trying to hope some shots are taken right here. Kyler again scrambles. And they kick a field goal, right? Right. They kick a field goal next drive. We're going to go through the whole first half, then I'll stop and talk to the chat. All right, so now it's bad field. Starting position. That's good. 7-yard line. Again, here's what we were talking about before. James Bradberry, they made him the defender in conflict. What does that mean? Making him make a decision. So that motion, this is something that Patrick Graham will fix. He will get this linebacker deeper with motion. Because I guarantee you, Cleveland may not do this, but teams will, when that motion is coming, you're going to see this linebacker get deeper now. Because look how it screwed them. This linebacker screwing around up here. Coughlin's screwing around up there, watching the motion and making sure there's not a run. And what does it do? It leaves James Bradberry covering 2 players. So he can't stay. He wants to stay with Hopkins. He can't. He has to cover this slot, and it leaves Hopkins open. So, I mean, this is good stuff from Cliff Kingsbury. If I was a Cardinals fan, I would love this stuff. I miss seeing some of this stuff in my offense. God, I hate our offense so much. I hate it so much. I need to stop talking about it. Do we have any pass? I mean, we really didn't have any pass rush all game. There's some nice moves from the defense tackles, but they just couldn't get there. Watching good offense is so fun, man. Like last year was, and I'm not going to pretend our offense was amazing last year, but I look forward to watching the passing game every week last year, for the most part. Run play. All right, so let's talk about gap responsibilities. I do this every stream. You have a center. On both sides of the center, you have an A gap. So you have A gap, B gap, and then C gap. On the other side, A gap, B gap, C gap. Now they have 2 tight ends, D gap, and then E gap. Even though, I've never really heard anyone say E gap, but it makes sense. So for a defense to stop a run, the best way is to have every gap filled, and that's where you hear about stacked boxes. So let's see. Do they have every gap filled out here? Now, Coughlin's out here, but he is filling this gap right here. B.J. Hill is filling this gap. Austin Johnson in the backside A. Blake Martinez in the play side A. You have Leonard Williams in the play side B. Mayo in the C. Lelos in the D. Let's look from the other view, see if we got anybody out here. Yep, you got Bradberry out here. So you have every gap filled. Now, say we wanted to play 2 safeties high. We didn't want to have this. So, and you didn't want to have, we're literally running a 3-4 right now. We have 3 defensive linemen, 4 linebackers. So if you say you wanted to add an extra DB, an extra safety or whatever, well, then say you take Coughlin off the field, you would have him out here, and you would pick one of these gaps to leave open, and that would be the gap they would try and have an open lane. But Giants do not let them do that on this play. All right, 2nd and 7. You got the heavy package play action, 2-man routes, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but for the Cardinals, it's a little better because they open stuff up. I mean, you just see good coverage with Bradbury on here on Hopkins. You got Logan Ryan playing over the top. Blake Martinez and Jabril Peppers do a good job bracketing this tight end and Max Williams. Max Williams, his dad played for the Giants. Max Williams is he's a fan of my old show, Soman Radio. When he played for the Ravens, I gave him some love, and he became a fan of the show. It's Max with 2 X's. MAXX. Oh, I'm looking at see now, guys, I can see some of the chats, not all of them. And I see Michael Johnson had message retracted. Say it with your chest, Michael Johnson. All right, running the ball. Good job there by BJ Hill. BJ Hill with the thrill. Motion. Here's something I want to show you guys when people there's a lot of people like to do. If they will, what they'll do right here is they'll do this. And then they will show this freeze frame on Twitter. And you'll be like, look, Kyler Murray missed this tight end. He was becoming wide open. He came for the check down. He was going to be wide open. I just want to show you guys that misses happen every week. Misses happen every week. A good offense, though, can overcome those misses. The Giants have been a very bad offense. That you basically have to be perfect for it to work well, which is not a good offense. If your offense has to be ran perfectly to put up points and not be the 31st offense in the NFL, you have a bad offense. I hate to make it just as simple as that, but it's as simple as that. Third and 7. Oh, Ryan almost had this one, man. What did Kyler see on this? You got Bradbury playing the flat. I don't know what Kyler was looking at for this to think that he could fit this in. And Logan Ryan almost gets that interception. I mean, it's so bad that DeAndre Hopkins starts to play defense. What did he think this was? My only thought is that maybe he saw him come under on that play we were talking about earlier. I don't know what he was looking at. Logan Ryan almost gets that interception, but almost don't count. So now 4th down. So 4th down is started in their territory. They're going to punt. How about that, guys? How about that? So 0 points that weren't happening in their possession. All right, next play, next drive. This one's a little bit of a longer drive. Well, this one's a longer drive, and then they get the ball back right after the Deion Lewis fumble. Oh, what the hell am I doing? I want to see a Cardinals punt. I want to see them play offense. All right, so now they're starting at their own 47. That's good field position. Just a nice little run play. I mean, just good run defense. Watch these defensive tackles move their offensive linemen. Stay with their offensive linemen. They're flowing. They don't. This doesn't really get noticed, but the fact that this play is trying to get outside, and these offensive linemen are trying to seal Dexter and Dalvin off, and they flat out can't do it. This is such a win. It doesn't look like much for these guys, but this is a huge win for these 2 defensive tackles. That these offensive linemen couldn't seal them off. That's such an awesome play. And these guys do that consistently, man. That's my hope against the Browns is we could just we could stop that run and flow with these guys. And then hopefully we could put 15 points and win. Anything trickery in this? I guess we can look up front. This is cool. So what do we have here? This is an amoeba look. You have outside linebacker. This guy was playing corner this game, but he's a safety. Corner, defensive lineman, inside linebacker, safety, and outside linebacker. Got 6 guys across the line. You don't know who they're going to send. Peppers and McKinney act like they're going to go in. Pop out. They cover underneath. Keep the underneath stuff covered. Good stuff. We do this stuff every week, but it works. You know? It makes quarterbacks think they may have the shallow underneath. They just don't. Excuse me for yawning. 3rd and 9. I didn't drink coffee before the stream. And here's a nice deep concept for the Cardinals. You see everyone going, you see the outside receivers working to the outside. You have a curl right here. Check down's open. Why is the check down open? Tell me, guys, why the check down is open. Because they are covering, item is covering deep. Leaves the check down open. Good stuff. For the Cardinals, at least. 4th and 1. They're going for it. They just ran it. Let's watch the run. See, do we have every gap filled on this? Gap filled, gap filled, gap filled, gap filled, gap filled. 2 guys outside this gap. So this gap is open. Let's see what they do. Do they hit this? No, they just play off Leo. Carter Coughlin. I mean, it's hard to stop a guy from getting a yard. 1st down, Cardinals. Again. Good zone. Trying to spy on, you can't. He gets those yards. Kyler he just gets those yards. That's who he is as a runner. He's a beast. 5 yards. Jabril was talking after this one. So I can see some of the comments. Sabrina says, it is good to see other QBs make mistakes. QBs make mistakes for the most part. You have those games. But you go through a game, and you'll see a QB misses a read that he's got to throw the ball at least 3 times a game. At least 3 times a game. And so when you lose, you say, dude, this is unacceptable. When you win, you forget about it. It's really as simple as that. Or when you put up points, you forget about it. When you don't put up points, you don't. And that's football. That's life. I mean, that has been, and I know I've repeated this, and it's probably getting annoying. Let's talk about this for a second. What happens here? What happens here? You got a 3-man rush. Dexter playing under here. Kyler just has time. And here's what happens. Here's what they do. And this is good. This is good play calling from the Cardinals. Because they know that these linebackers play Blake Martinez, they get depth. They're really good at stopping the middle. So what do the Cardinals do? They do something really beautiful. They have these 2 guys sit. They have these 2 guys sit underneath. So now Blake Martinez and Tay Crowder have to come and play. And then you have Hopkins playing deep, which is covering the safety. So now you force those linebackers up. Leaves that middle of the field. So that's good. That's good game planning by the Cardinals. And when you have time, when you have all the time in the world to throw like Kyler does, you're able to do that stuff. Nice clean pocket. He has all the time in the world to do that stuff. That's a hole in the zone, but that's a hole. It is what it is. But anyways, my point when I was talking about the offense was like this is when we were beating the Eagles and the Bengals, Jones was playing flawless, and it's like we're not even putting up points though. Tried to get outside, did a good job here, and try and run a train play, which is these guys blocking down, one offensive lineman kicking out, 48, and then another one wrapping around. But Carter Coughlin Cameron Brown plays this really well. Plays this smart and instinctual. Let's watch him. When he sees that pull, he doesn't run upfield. He plays down. He follows the pullers. That's where the play's going. Nice tackle there for Cam Brown. 1st and 15. Here's a little blitz coming off the edge by Tate Crowder. Here's a blitz. We thought Kyler was hurt, and people say you never root for injury, but I can't. Don't lie, Giants fans, and say you didn't have a little hope hit you and you didn't have a little hope in your brain when you saw Kyler walking off the field. Just don't lie to me, like the pranked out car thing. Yo, listen, don't lie to me. Justin went off. I will say, I won't. He said something. Here, let's watch Jabril Peppers come up and make a play. Let's watch it from the other angle so we can really appreciate it. Got Peppers coming up from here. Just shooting the gap. Now, Hopkins has to leave Bradbury. Bradbury's able to finish it off. You got Tate Crowder playing fast and instinctual, so there's no cutback. Good team run defense. Simple as that, Jack. 3rd and 16. They run a screen. They kick a field goal. All right, then Dion Lewis fumbles the ball. Why is my computer getting hot? So they get the ball. Where do they get the ball? At the 21-yard line. Woo! Wow. Very nice. Try and get this outside run. And they do just that. So let's talk about gaps real quick. Filled. Outside gap is left unblocked. Let's see if there's anybody out there. Nope, it's not. Sorry. See, that's why you look at this view. So what are they going to do? So they're going to put him on Crowder, double team and Dex. And you're just going to hope that Dalvin can't blow this up, even though Dalvin is being basically unblocked by these guards. So Pugh ends up getting occupied by Dalvin. Dalvin does a good job. Now you have this. You have 3 offensive line pulling. This offensive line picks up the corner. The tight end did a great job on Tate Crowder. I mean, this is a really good block on Tate Crowder. Good block on Blake. Now you got Julian Love. Can the guard pick up Julian Love? And here's where Julian Love, this is bad on Julian Love. Him doing this little juke, Julian Love has to know where he needs to be. He needs to get outside and go. He needs to just, see, that little stutter allows him to have this run. For that stutter right there allows him to have to run. Because you have to trust, Julian Love has to trust that Blake Martinez has here and Leonard Williams has the backside. He does not trust it. If he shoots right here, full speed, this is probably, a 2-yard gain. But that little stutter right there allows for this lane to happen. And the offensive lineman just get a piece on him. It's crazy how much gap responsibility, even from the safety point of view. That's why you got to play with instincts. Play fast, loose, and aggressive. 1st and goal. They do a handoff. Dalvin making plays. Blake making plays. Let's watch Blake on this one. Bam, bam. I mean, this is beautiful. This is where it's sometimes I hate the 3-man rushes, but this is why I like it. doubled. Basically doubled. Tripled. I mean, they got everything taken care of. And Kyler just gets rid of it. Dalvin getting after it. Boy, Dalvin had a sack in this game too, right? Third and 7 at the 7. Okay. This is going to be an all-out. This is going to be an all-out blitz. Watch Logan Ryan. He peeks. I don't know what Logan Ryan's doing. He cheats. It allows the tight end to get over the top. What I mean, it wasn't cover zero blitz. The defense line ended up popping out. But Logan Ryan cheats, allows to go over the top. This is the perfect example of QB throws this and it gets completed, and it's like this is why Kyler's the man. And if this gets intercepted, which happened, if Logan Ryan doesn't cheat, doesn't play his stuff, which, you know, this isn't an all-out blitz. You'll see Crowder and Leonard Williams pop out. If Logan Ryan doesn't cheat, that probably gets intercepted, and we're talking about how it's the dumbest play of all time, and Kyler Murray should be benched and killed. All right. Cardinals score. Did they get the ball back? Yes, they did, because of course they did. So, get the ball back twice. Good Lord, man. How bad is our offense that they just cannot get the ball? Play action. Motion. Check down. Everything's covered well. You got Bradbury playing off, and they do that a good amount. Just get the ball out there. Hopkins is not going to let Bradbury get that interception. Good catch by Hopkins. Good route. Good timing from Kyler. Good stuff by the Cardinals. Again, our run defense is really good. Leonard making a play. Second and 9. Pistol. This is just a nice play by Kyler. You see, it's not there. He wants to find somebody. It's not there. This is great coverage underneath. You got coverage under here. Coverage up here playing off of him. Kyler climbs up. He probably wants to run, but then Hopkins comes across the field. And that's just a really nice play. Watch it from this view. And that's an awesome play by Kyler. Here's something I want to point out. Is this not the most aggressive 5-yard throw? And that looked like Madden, like a glitch, when it's like, you know, you're running and then you start to throw last second and the person's right in front of you, and it's like a full windup. And good catch. Good catch by my friend Max Williams. Fumble. 3rd and 5. Throw the one-on-one to Arnold. McKinney in coverage. Now, I'm not a cornerback expert. So this looks like pretty decent coverage for McKinney. Tight end almost makes the catch, but he does a good job of not doing not causing a pass interference or anything. All right. Last drive of the first half. Let's get into it. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, these aren't worth it because this is them trying to get into like a Hail Mary spot. So let's talk with the chat. Let's talk with the chat, and then we'll get into it. Light crowd today. Like I said, I guess the Knicks game, and when we lost. I got a super chat. What's going on? See if I get this. Let's see. Before season started, 6 wins was considered a good season. Yeah, it would have been considered progress, but it always comes down to how do those 6 wins look? Because going into the season, the conversation, I think for most people, the Giants is like, hey, the offense could put up points. Can the defense allow them to win some games? And it's been the exact opposite of that. It's been the exact opposite. I think QB is the most important position. So I don't know how they view. I do think these next 2 games matter, how tight they play them. I just don't know what they're. I have no idea what ownership's thinking of is on Gettleman. I lean that they'll probably bring him back, but I don't know what their thoughts are on him. Simon doesn't care about basketball. Frank did not get injured. I'm going to Twitter search that because I don't believe you. I just don't believe you. If he got hurt, it should be the first tweet of my timeline. It's not. Here. Frank latest. Oh, Frank Ragnow. You son of a gun. You son of a gun. Hi, Hend. How are you? I didn't know you're a big football fan. I like that. Let's see. What do we got here? Even if no playoffs, I ask for a W over the Cowboys. Most hated team. Winning the last game of the season is always nice. It's always nice, Just feels better. Although sometimes you're just kind of like you just want to be done with the season. Like the Eagles game last year. It's like, let's just be done with this. Let's see. Michael Johnson, hopefully this COVID-19 end next year. I know I want to do stuff. I want to go do stuff like football wise. And then Kobe Bean says, LMAO, Americans falling for COVID. He said LMAO. Let's see. Fractured throat. Bro, Spellman about to go. Chris Spielman for the Lions. The one who, Chris Spielman. I actually liked him as an announcer. I know people hate people basically hate every announcer. I didn't hate him. Someone said thoughts on Zach Wilson. Listen, I don't pretend to watch guys that I haven't. I've seen highlights. His highlights are very impressive. I think he has the best highlights out of Trevor Lawrence, out of all of them. But it'd be disingenuous for me to give you a real opinion. I will spend January watching the quarterbacks, which is, I guess we can talk about that a little bit before we get into the second half. Is if Jones doesn't play the rest of this year, if they're in that top 10, QB will be talked about in this offseason. It will be. It's just a matter of fact. It's going to be something we talk about, which is it's interesting. I haven't been in this territory before. Eli was here for 16 years, and you talked about it, but it wasn't about giving up on Eli. It was moving on. Where this would be a giving up on Daniel Jones. It's a weird complex. I'm not used to it. I don't know how. My brother's a Washington fan. Don't ask me how, but he is. And I remember when we drafted Daniel Jones, I was like, man, this is how you feel like every other year. It's like you got to get like the new QB. Like that's so weird. Bobby, you think Jalen Hurts is only doing good because there's no film on him yet? I need to watch QB School. He spent a lot of time on him. I mean, he had the 100 yards rushing. Can he continue to run the ball like that? But like his passing stats weren't anything special. And like I said, my brother's a Washington fan. He made me come over and watch that game, which pissed me off. But it is what it is. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence plays on. Yeah, and I think it'll be a lot easier to evaluate Zach Wilson compared to Trevor Lawrence because everything is perfect at Clemson. Like everything, it's unreal how everything goes perfectly. We'll see how he does in the college football playoff though if he plays against. I don't want to restart a QB position. It f's up the whole. I agree. I agree. This Washington fan, he says, "Go Giants." Well, thank you, Washington. That's awesome. We about to get into QB. Yeah, we could. It'd be frustrating. Let's see. Bobby, you ever watch Vic Diabeto? I don't know who he's in. I don't know who he is. Matt Corral from Ole Miss looks interesting. He's only a sophomore though. I just remember he had like a 7-touchdown game, and I like did a joke tweet like tank for Corral, and then people were wrong like he's not ready. He's a sophomore. You dummy. It's like yeah, it's a joke. I don't know. Let me take one more question. Let's see. Who's your ideal draft choice if we pick top 10? If somehow you can end up with Jamar Chase, I would be thrilled. I think that guy is amazing. Judge has a 5-year deal. Give Jones a 3rd year. I'm on board with it. This isn't me saying move on from Jones. It's just the fact that QB is going to be a conversation this offseason. I think it will. I don't know. This is I've never been in this situation. I don't know how it goes. I just don't know how it goes. James Roos says James was never meant to be picked at 6. Hello. People's draft conversations are funny to me every year. Every year. 2018. You're never going to get a QB class like this again. Never. Baker Mayfield's looked all right, but he doesn't look like nothing special. I mean, I love that Cleveland offense. I love it, but Baker Mayfield doesn't look like he looked really good on Monday night, but for the season, he doesn't look like anything special. Sam Darnold's done in New York. Josh Rosen, we know that story. Josh Allen looks really good. Lamar Jackson looks really good. Those were the 4th and 5th. Those were the guys that everyone said don't draft. All the draft people said Baker, Darnold, and Rosen. Those are the guys you draft. Allen and Jackson are the best of the two. This year, again, there'll never be a QB class like this again. There'll never be a QB class of Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, and Trey. There'll never be a QB class like. Hear it every year. DJ, he shouldn't be picked in the 1st round. Why not? A lot of NFL teams like Daniel Jones. A lot of them did. And then a lot of NFL teams like Dwayne Haskins. A lot of draft. Actually, less teams like Dwayne Haskins. A lot of TV people like Dwayne Haskins, who sucked. And I will say, I called that. I spent a lot of time watching Haskins. I spent a lot of time watching him more than any. I didn't watch much of Jones before the draft. I didn't watch much of Kyler because I thought it was kind of we all figured he was going to Arizona. I watched a little bit of Drew Lock. I watched a lot of Haskins and very attentively. I kind of saw that like everything was wide open. It was all checkdowns. And everyone said, "Oh, you can't judge. You can't just say, oh, he's an Ohio State quarterback. He sucks. He's garbage. He was a horrible prospect." So yeah, the draft conversations that people repeat over and over again, I laugh at them. I'm being real. I know it's may hurt people's feelings, but that's why you guys asked me about. I'm spending too much time on this. We need to get back in the film. This is why, when people like ask me about my opinion on, like you asked me my opinion on Zach Wilson, I said I like his highlights. I'm not going to I don't watch him. I haven't watched him. I haven't spent time attentively watching him, not just TV. I need to watch him to give myself an opinion on him. A lot of people don't do that. They just read mock draft, arm, highlights. Okay, cool. All right, let's get into the film. You guys got me ranting again. Y'all got me ranting. Ranting from Scranton. Gosh, they controlled the freaking ball. Gosh, this is going to take a while. All right, we're going to go quick through this. Second half, let's go. Got Blake blitzing off the edge. Play action. When we blitzed, they found we blitzed Crowder and Martinez. They find the underneath. Good throw by Kyler. All right, throw by Crowder. 2nd and 3. Running the ball. Good play by Dalvin. Let's watch Dalvin. Dalvin was jacking this center up all game long. Let's watch Tay Crowder on this too. Fast and aggressive, man. Just at this point, you're just used to it with the kid. Yeah, I love Tay Crowder, man. I really do. Haven't talked about him much lately, but I love Tay Crowder. This is mesh. So you have them coming across, this coming across, this coming across. So these three are meshing. Kirk is going to move upfield to take this linebacker. Max Williams is going to occupy him. And then you have Coughlin far out here. Hopkins is just going to sit on it. That's how meshes run right there, baby. That is how meshes freaking run. What the hell is this? Motion the running back. QB draw. Oh, QB draw. Watch this. Watch Dalvin. Like I said, man, he ate this center's lunch all game, and then Leonard Williams looping around. Kyler freaking bounces off him, though. It's so frustrating. It's got to be so frustrating to play against that guy like that. Carter. Let's watch Carter Coughlin on this play. Hustle. 3rd and 3. Kyler running again. Here he goes again. It's kind of aggravating how elusive he is. His legs are way more dangerous than his arm. It's just the reality of who Kyler is at this point. Really good. They did a really good double on Dexter Lawrence on this one. Really good double of Dex. Max Williams does a good job with Nico Lelos. And Julian Love can take some bad angles sometimes. He looked a lot better in the box last year. I'll just say that. He looked a lot better in the box. I love this from David Mayo. Watch David Mayos get in here. Wow. Hits his gap, forces him out. You know, I used to be kind of a David Mayo hater. More so, it's like I think he's a good backup. He's good for what his role was. You know, he ended up starting a lot of games, but it wasn't because he was brought in to start. There was injuries. You know, Connolly gets hurt. They move on from Tay Davis. So I was fine with his role, but what bothered me is people said David Mayo's so great in the run game because PFF had him as like a top 5 run stopper in the NFL, and I was like, he's not. He's actually not really good. He's just not that good. You know, he's competent, but he's just not that good. And then Devontae Downs playing gave me a newfound appreciation for David Mayo because at least David Mayo does his job and he's not going to miss tackles like crazy and take the worst angles. Like he's not going to make any really nice plays, but he's just going to do his job. He's going to fill gaps. He's going to tackle on the plays there. But so Devontae Downs made me like David Mayo's more. Here, I want to say something. Watch the way Max Williams lays on the ground after this. I thought he was seriously hurt. Watch him. I thought, did anyone else think he was hurt? All right, I guess I should break down the play since they got points. Running this bootleg. Coughlin. I feel like he's got to stay out there with that. Or Blake has to do a better job coming over the top up there. First and goal. They get it in. All right, next drive. Another run play. Now this is interesting. We've got 6 guys in the box. They have 5 offensive linemen, but you have Max Williams as a fullback. This is a kind of cool formation. Let's see what they do. We got Devontae Downs in. So now we have every gap responsibility should be filled with Jabril Peppers in the box. So you got pull. So what are they going to do here, guys? What are they going to do here? I love this run play. It's simple. It's power row, but I love it. This offensive line is kicking Leonard Williams out. These two are doubling B.J. Hill up into Blake Martinez. And then Max Williams is the lead blocker on Devontae Downs. Max Williams does an awesome job with Devontae Downs. This offensive lineman does a good job on Blake. But because he's the one that comes off of him, let's watch this double team from these two guys. He has to do a better job. This guard has to do a better job. This guard, because the tackle does a great job giving help. And not only does he give him help, he wins this battle for him. Now the battle should be won right here. The battle should be won. This should be a huge run for the Cardinals. Like, that's the angle you want as a guard. Now you got this offensive lineman. He does a good job on Blake. This hole should be open. Now Peppers is over here. See if he can make the tackle because he can. Because Larry Fitzgerald can't block that well. But B.J. Hill makes this play. B.J. Hill rips through there, makes the play. And then Peppers comes off the finish. Team football. And Kenyon Drake, like, he hit me in the head. Shut up, nerd. Cover 3. Check down. Let's see Devontae Downs' angle on this. Oh, look. Devontae Downs is... No, that's not the worst play in the world, but it does crack me up. Okay, I'm looking a little bit at the chat. I really want Max Williams on the Giants. He'd be a stud and would be cheap. Yeah, I think I like Max Williams a lot. I liked him with Baltimore. PFF has a hard on for David. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't get it. I don't know why they like him. It's just something with the way they grade. Here, let's watch the play. Let's watch this. So this is play action, 2-man route. This is clearing out. This is supposed to be open. Look at Kyler. He missed him. Oh, my God. This guy doesn't go through his progressions. He sucks. He gets scared in the pocket. Oh, no. It's almost like when you have a competent offense, you don't remember those things. When you have an offense that gets guys open, you don't remember those things. When you have an offense like the Giants, every mistake gets remembered because in order for it to be successful, you have to be perfect, and you're not going to be perfect. You'll get some games like the Eagles and the Bengals game, which were pretty close to it. Soft zone. This is Love cheating up here. He's got to see. This is where I'm having some issues with Julian Love. Is he just at the safety spot? He just doesn't seem to have the greatest instincts in the world. You know, like don't you think like what all these other guys do is they would turn their heads and they would see Larry down here and realize that Blake has this tight end, and he would find Larry, but he doesn't. This is what pissed me off about James Betcher's scheme last year, and it's basically what they taught them to do in James Betcher's scheme last year. They would just sit in these zones and you leave guys uncovered. Like, what are you looking at the QB's eyes for, dude? Find a receiver. Find a receiver. What's going on with Cap? I didn't see any comments about that. Who do you want for wide receiver 1 next year? Jamar Chase. Nico Lelos. Keeps scraping, keeps on fighting. Blake Martinez forces him to come off. Good stuff. Man, it really is not. It's kind of choppy. I didn't realize this. Oh, look at Giants will win. Danny King, Giants will win Sunday with McCoy. Just want to pop in and say that. Oh, do you just want to pop in? I just want to pop you in the mouth, Danny King. About to pop off. Screen. Jabril Peppers. That's scum, Larry Fitzgerald. Scum. That's a joke that only I get, which is stupid. But just stupid for me to do. To say something that hey, Bobby, you're out here, you're broadcasting. You're not the most people in the world right now. Let's be honest. It's kind of a light crowd. I'm going to do a joke that only makes sense to me. You're mad. He said, you're mad. Danny King's my friend, dude. Relax, Carter 69. I get you're still in the phase of your life where you put 69 in your handle. But come on, we'll just relax. Okay, Carter? And they punted. Having this little screen on the side, I'm able to see the chat. The issue is sometimes I'm not looking at the plays, I'm looking at the chat. We just went through like 2 plays and I didn't say nothing about them. That's bad. This is bad on me. All right, we're going to go through, because the game was basically over, we're going to go through. When was the last time they scored? All right, we're going to go through this last drive. I don't like how choppy this is. We got some motion. Get a little motiony. Or not motion, reverse. Play action. You're trying to find Hopkins over the middle. You could have had him if he stays in the pocket. If he stays in the pocket, this is a throw Mahomes would probably make right here. I mean, this is as good as coverage as you can get on it, but this is probably a throw that Mahomes makes. It's a good play design. Kyler scrambles, as one young Kyler does. Again, Giants are kind of in this soft zone. Kyle doesn't like what he sees. Runs again. Let's look at the pass rush. We haven't spent much time on that. I got a whole lot of D-line. I don't like how choppy this is. It's kind of frustrating. This is they're going to pull. Offensive lineman, use the linebacker. See, this is how it's done. Now he ends up fumbling on this play, but this is how you do it well. See? The guard, the offensive lineman comes and bounces him off him. So let's watch just guard the guard right here. Guard does a good job. The offensive lineman comes off the Tay Crowder. Good job. Let's watch the kick out. 71. Kicks out Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams needs to make that hole a little closer. Then 86 blocks Blake Martinez. Got yourself a hole. Now he ends up fumbling. And they recover. Damn it. Let's watch David Mayo shoot a gap. Jabril Peppers misses a tackle. Oh, I fumbled again. We just couldn't recover it, man. That's frustrating. Second and 10. Play action. Hopkins. I knew this was going there. This is this. What does this do, man? I'm telling you, this is a good passing scheme. Watch this tight end. It gets Blake upfield. You have Hopkins underneath. It's simple as that. Bang, bang. Oh, Blake laid him out on that. How about that, Blake? Let's watch that. Wow. Here you go, Blake Martinez. Blake Martinez has been so awesome. I love Blake Martinez. Play that soft zone. They kick a field goal. They had 2 more drives, but we're going to end it there. We're going to end it there, guys. We're at an hour. 50's only, you got stuff on right now. All right, so Hot Dog says, I feel so much better about the Giants than I did this time last year. I truly believe we can contend in every game next year. I don't. I feel better, but I don't feel great about them. It all really depends on what they do with OC and if they could get a good offensive coordinator in there. And then it's like, okay, well, what kind of jump does Daniel Jones make? We're going from year 1 to year 2. It's like we felt like he was going to make a jump. They didn't. They got it from Garrett, and it's been frustrating. A lot of Knicks talk in the chat, but that's okay. That's okay. All right. See, this is someone who's not mad. You know what they do? They comment, "You're mad. You're mad. You're mad. You're mad." Maybe I know he's got the St. Louis Cardinals thing in there, but maybe he's a Cardinals fan. Maybe he was searching Cardinals and he saw this. So look how mad this freaking Giants fan is. Like, I'm actually happy with the defense, and I like watching the Cardinals offense. It's very creative. It's very creative. I've been talking in this radio voice and like, and it's kind of annoying. Let me just talk. I like watching the Cardinals offense. It really is fun to watch. They do different things. It's a fun offense to watch. Cliff Kingsbury, I was one of those people who hated the hire at first. I've come around on it, and it's kind of changed the way I've looked at the NFL a little bit with what Cliff Kingsbury's done with the Cardinals. Blake Martinez Green Bay tape is so bad. It baffles me how good he's been. Some Blake Martinez Green Bay. They really did screw him. Like against the 49ers, them playing one linebacker and 3 safeties up in the box, having like Adrian Amos. It was so stupid. It's like you're playing the 49ers. Like you're playing the 49ers. What, are you going to go heavy DB against them? Are you stupid? And then we actually did it. It's on this channel. and we did some stuff from the Vikings game, which gives me some hope that Blake Martinez versus the Vikings was very good last year. Very good last year. Paul Nonis, if the Giants replace Garrett with another conservative OC, will you be worried about Judge? Absolutely. I feel like we got a little too high. I feel like we got a little too high. We've gotten a little too high on Judge. I do like Judge a lot. But at the same time, it's like Patrick Graham's a defensive coordinator. I give him more credit than I do Joe Judge for that defense. I like the way he handled the Colombo thing. I think his coaching staff is a bunch of good teachers, but I don't think we can crown Joe Judge quite yet. Because I mean, how much does he have to do with this offense? What does he do with this offense? We'll see. He doesn't go for on fourth down, which is kind of aggravating. Knicks are poverty. Nets are even a bigger poverty. Even a bigger poverty. How about you even get a bigger language? Learn how to language. Hashtag Lake Show. Kobe Bean. You're not even Kobe Bean. You're using another man's name as your name. Whatever. Kobe Bean. Patrick Graham is just so as a man as a walking W. Yeah, and if Patrick Graham were to go get a head coaching gig, like what happens there? Who do we use to replace him? Does it look as good? You know, it's interesting. I don't know what how much does Judge have to do with it? Sabrina says, I thought Air Coryell would air it out. Yeah, so did we. And we talked about it. Like the Air Coryell is, you're getting two guys vertical on most plays, and then you have the stuff in the middle that opens stuff up, and that's what we thought it was going to be. Thought it was going to be similar to what Shermer did. I know Shermer was known as West Coast, but he had some Air Coryell like tendencies, and that has not been what we've seen this year. I don't know what you call this offense. Call it garbage. I guess you could call it that. Light crowd tonight. Only 56 people in here, but it is what it is. This happens after a loss. This happens after an L. You guys can screenshot that or whatever. It's actually been Air Curly. I like that. Jason, do you have a Twitter account, and can I steal that joke? Actually, here's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm gonna screen capture this, and I'm going to tweet it out. Let's see. Sorry, guys. And I'll make a dumb face like this. Bam. Easy. That's how you do Twitter. Bam. Copy. Tweet. Jason Solo. All right, I'm going to tag you in it. All right. Very funny at Jason Soto 97. Did I get that right? Go follow Jason on Twitter. Jason Solo 97. It's not popping up. At Jason Soto 97. Here we go. Did it work? Do you have a Twitter account? It's not working. Dude, I think you have the wrong name for your own Twitter account. Come on, man. Let's go. Who's your favorite player in the NFL? I don't know. I don't really have favorite players anymore. I don't know, man. I'm a bad football fan. I just don't have a. How do you think the Saints year are going to be like? Solo. Okay. I think. Let's see. There we go. That's a funny joke. All right. How do I think that? So let's see. We have in the NFC. You have the Saints in the NFC South. NFC East doesn't matter. NFC North, you got Green Bay. NFC West, you got, out of those teams, I think the Seahawks. I think there's a very good chance they represent the NFC this year. I think they will have something defensively for Aaron Rodgers, and I think the way they've taken down Tampa means something. I think Tampa's a very good team. I know people like Michael saying the Saints are choking, but I would not be surprised if the Saints go to represent the NFC. In fact, they may be my pick. They may end up being my pick. Lose to Cousins every year. Kirk Cousins is like I can't stand Kirk Cousins. I think he stinks. I think he's a big loser. I can't stand him. And when analytics people were saying that, like, Kirk Cousins is actually good. It was aggravating. Let's see. I don't know who I'm going to do. Which, by the way, I guess since we have not a lot of people here, I will be introducing a new show. Now, I was talking with the head up, the higher ups at John Boy Media, and they said I'm going to be starting a show, bringing back a show, but in a different way. Superman Radio. It's going to be live streamed in the mornings, but they want me to make a separate channel for it, so I might do it on this channel for a little while, and then move it off onto the other one. I actually might be going to the Super Bowl too, not to the game, but like to the Super Bowl week. We'll see how everything is working with COVID and crap, but we'll see. We shall see. All right, so I actually have some stuff to do, guys. I need to do the rookie left tackle video. Ready to see all week 16. Oh, you're a Ravens fan. Hey, Ravens, I'm a big fan. I have to do the rookie left tackle video. Danny, why aren't you should have went to the Super Bowl this year. Should have went this year. I need to shave for the rookie left tackle video. If Graham leaves, how about Bielema? I think Bielema's going back to college football. He wants to go back to college football. He's going to probably go back. I think someone's going to give him a head coaching gig, right? Like he interviewed. It's not like he only interviews for big jobs. He's interviewed for some smaller ones. Bielema wants to go back. Just look at his Twitter account. It's the Twitter account of a guy who wants to go college football. So, but Bielema, I think, would be a good one, man. I like Bielema. I think Steelers and Chiefs going to the Super Bowl. That doesn't make any sense, dude. They're both in the AFC. They are both in the AFC. All right, I'm going to end this. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I know it's been a rough week, Giants-wise, and the Daniel Jones news. So appreciate you guys. We'll be back tomorrow night after for the Thursday night stream. We're going to have the Giants guys, the New York Giants rush guys. We'll have, Craig Santucci, Mr. Pilgrim, and Mr. Glass Half Full. A lot of misters. All right, see you guys.